It's good to have you in on a Friday, and welcome to Recognized Maine on RecognizedRap.com, the weekly talk show where we talk about everything that's happening here in the Maine hip-hop scene, interviews with artists, interviews with producers, all that good stuff. And today we got quite the episode for you. We got Maine artist LostBoyClay joining the show. He's really making some noise this year so far, with not one, but 2 hit singles out. Excited to have him on the show. Plus, we got the weekly segment Jammy with Danny, local music critic Danny. She tells you if it's a jam or if it's not a jam. We're going to be choosing one local song that came out this week, discussing that track. But first, we got South Portland DJ, South Portland party rocker, DJ Freeit joining the show. You may know him as Gillen. Either way, no matter what you call him, he rocks shows, period. He's joining the show here today on Recognized Maine. So Freeit, thank you so much for joining the show, and how's it going today?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Yeah, doing well. Very appreciative. Thank you so much for joining the show here today. Now, I just want to jump in straight to this interview. So first, being a DJ, it's got to be a lot of responsibility, making sure everyone's having a good time out there. It's got to be a lot of pressure. So tell me, when you first walk out on the stage, and you see everyone out there, how do you overcome those nerves knowing, it's really all the pressure's on you?
It's not really like overcoming anything, bro. It's really just like vibing with the people, just paying attention to how people react, what kind of crowd it is, like young, older, just, it's really just getting, kind of just paying attention, whatever you play, you can make a mistake and just come back to it as you go, you kind of figure out, okay, this is not going to work throughout the night, you know what I mean? But a lot of times, man, being a DJ is all about like just being prepared, and you know what I mean, just kind of feeling the vibes, man. It's not really it's almost like it's not really like a test wise, it's just going with the flow, it's just at that moment, it's always about the moment.
Right, and everyone knows, it's not a party unless the ladies are dancing, unless the ladies are out on the dance floor. So, what's the best way to get the ladies out there? Is there a particular genre that you fall back on?
Oh yeah, I mean, reggae. You got the folk music. You got dance hall. You got a little bit of everything. I mean, hip hop can do it. You know what I mean? Throwbacks. It's whatever, really, like even the common stuff, the recent stuff can do the job, and I mean these days, like even for me now, I'm stepping back a little bit with a DJ and kind of figuring out music as far as like even like production wise, just to understand more, and it's but yeah, if you're talking about like as far as what make the girls dance, it's those 3 things: dance hall, a little bit of hip hop, twerk music, reggaeton, everything, even just mixing it up. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah. Especially in the summertime, dance hall really gets people moving. I see that for sure. Now, let me ask you this. What do you think separates a good DJ versus a bad DJ? Is it transitions? Is it the ability to read crowds? What do you think that difference is?
The ability to read crowds. That's 100%. It's just interacting, like just paying attention to the little details. You can have the hood people in the house. You can have old heads. You can have younger people. You can have different ages, different age groups, and I mean, you can have people from Africa, you can have Jamaicans in there, you can have whatever it may be, You just never know. Like, for me, like, I've kind of, like, been around, like, as far as, like, down south up here, So you kind of eventually, like, you have to understand that whatever state you're in or whatever area you're in, it's not going to be the same. It's not, even if it's the same age group, it's not going to be the same vibe that's going to connect, So I think definitely that's what I'll go with.
Now, speaking of events, you've done a lot of them, from mansion parties to college events. Give me a time where, a party really went off the rails. A time when you thought, All right, this is getting a bit too out of control.
So was the drunks. When people are drunk and like grabbing the mic from you, and I mean, I had things like that where somebody just want to shout out their own thing, grab the mic from me and start talking. And that's when the party's most lit, and everybody really thinking it's like, oh, it's him talking right now, and they get confused from that, and he gets a little rowdy. That's usually what happens to me. As far as like, I always kind of expect it, So these days I kind of just know what's gonna happen, and I kind of have. And that's why you always gotta have a team, and you have like people around you to kind of stop things like that from happening. But yeah, the most thing was like that, like somebody grabbed me from the mic, and they just start talking and fucking up everything. You know what I mean?
So what's been the funniest thing somebody said when they grab the mic? Do they just shout out their friends? Do they request a song? What do they normally say?
When somebody's lit, you can't really even hear the words. They're just, it's blurs, it's like, damn, that's not me, especially when you got the party, like, it's dark, like, lights are down, everybody's thinking it's you. I think that's what had me like, fuck, man, shit, how do I stop this? But, yeah, I've learned from that for sure, and I always got a team around me, so, but I know that shit happens to everybody.
Right, yeah, it's really funny. Now, last question I got for you. I see you're part of the anti-clothing brand here in Portland, that puts out a lot of dope t-shirts, a lot of cool sweatshirts. Definitely want to ask you about that.
That's actually my brother, SMR, the anti, that's actually the, I'm talking about, like, as far as, like, who came up with it, the CEO behind is SMR. Actually, I just want to shout him out. This man is crazy, like, as far as creation. He got so much in stock right now that's coming out, and he's sick in the head right now. He's just like, he got so much ideas, and he be sending a lot of stuff, and I see it, I'm like, wow, it's crazy. So I just want to shout him out right now real quick, if you don't mind.
No, absolutely. Yes, Sir Mikey rocks. He definitely puts out not only the coolest clothing, but also, the covers as well. A lot of the music that comes out around here in the Portland area, he definitely seems to be designing, the hottest covers.
You're talking about, like, some of the kids who are doing it out here, like, they hit him up, A lot of those covers is him. He's done those, and I feel like these days, too, like, I don't want to go off track, but like we forget to shout people like that, the cover designers and the photographers, the people behind the editing videos. I feel like Maine, we're so stuck on like just the artists. We forget about the people in the background. That's why I appreciate you calling about the whole DJ, and shout out to the DJs, the old heads, the young ones doing it now. Those guys who've been doing it for a while, like, it's crazy. So. Yeah.
No, yeah, for sure. Definitely salute the DJs, the graphic designers, all the photographers, everyone doing their thing. That's definitely a good point. There's a lot of people that help, keep the wheels turning here in the Maine hip-hop scene. DJ Freya, thank you so much for joining the show today.
For sure, bro. I appreciate it. I want to shout one more thing, too. I want to shout out Uptown, too, man. That's when I speak on that about like not forgetting the people around, that's what we're trying to do with Uptown. I know Dre Armani, right?
Oh yeah, right, of course, yeah.
Yeah, so like Dre Armani is part of it, and it's got video guys, it's got producers, it's got like beat makers, Fargo. I don't know if you ever heard of Fargo. He's mad, man. He's from Canada. He makes a lot of Dre's beats. Tooney, he does the camera work a lot. He even comes to when I do events. He comes through and he does some mad work. Sammy, he does a lot of the soundtrack, and like as far as like when Dre performs, he plays with the sound. He's real good with editing and yeah, man, engineering his music and stuff. So I just want to shout them out real quick. Yeah, if you don't mind.
No, of course. Yeah, definitely salute the whole Uptown movement, doing their thing here in Maine. And, once again, thank you so much for joining the show here on Recognize Maine. DJ Freed, if you want to check him out on Instagram, I got his page linked down below in the profile box, in the description box. Definitely check him out. And, before we welcome our next guest, LostBoyClay, let's check out one of his hottest songs out right now. It's called Rock With Me.
I cannot sleep at night, knowing you not with me. Said you was down to ride, you cannot ride with me.
There's LostBoyClay joining the show here on Recognize Maine. So, thank you so much for joining the show. And, how's it going today?
I'm doing great. How about you?
Yeah, doing well. Thanks again for joining the show. I'm excited to have you on here. So, I read that you grew up in Biddeford. Now, is that where you've been at your whole life, or have you bounced around a bit?
I bounced around a little bit, but that was basically, I think it was 6 years or something like that I spent there, and I'm currently not there anymore, but I wish I was. I still consider it home.
Oh, okay. So where are you at now?
I'm in Cornish, which is in the middle of nowhere.
Right, Cornish. Yeah, I feel like I've definitely played disc golf there one time. That's definitely far out there. So how would you say bouncing around, from Biddeford to Cornish has molded you? Have you met different friend groups along the way who have pushed you in the right direction?
I mean, there's definitely, I'm a city guy. I'm not even, there's a lot of country people out here, so it's a lot different, definitely, but, I mean, from my school at least, I don't usually mess with a lot of people.
Right. Now, I want to ask you about, your hit song, Rock With Me, that's making a lot of noise here in Maine this year. So let me ask you this. After that song was released, what was the most surprising thing that happened? Was there anyone in particular that reached out to you that made you feel like, damn, this song is really, becoming big?
Honestly, Dre Armani, he reached out to me and said, he liked it. And that was, just locally. And I was because I looked up to him a lot, especially starting out. I went to his, show, Wazo Live, 2 years ago. And that was just the best feeling. Someone that you look up to is messing with you.
Right. Yeah, I feel like you two definitely need to get on a track together. That would be a hit for sure. Now let me ask you this. I recently saw on Instagram that you posted about Young Pinch being the greatest artist ever. You think he's the GOAT. So why do you think that? What is it about his music that you like so much?
His voice is just so unique to me. And his diversity, he's so versatile. He can basically do anything from, rock to, kind of Lil Skies type sounding songs. You know what I'm saying?
Right, Young Pinch. Yeah, I definitely rocked with his debut tape he put out a few years back. I can't remember what it was called. I think it might have been 7-1 Forever or Forever in a Day, something like that. But, yeah, Young Pinch, he's definitely got it going on for sure. With that Beach Boy vibe, yeah. Now, I want to ask about your hair. When people see you, that's probably the first thing they instantly recognize, the big curly mop of hair that you got. So how do you maintain that? There must be a lot of shampoo involved in that.
So my hair is not naturally curly, actually. Some people ask, if it's a perm, which it is a perm. And I have to maintain it a lot more than just because it is a perm. So, yeah, there is a lot of shampoo, conditioner, and product into it.
So let me get this straight. Your hair is naturally flat?
Yeah, my hair is naturally straight.
I see. Yeah, that's interesting. I don't think I've ever... you don't see that too often. It's pretty cool. So now, of course, your name's LostBoyClay. So what is it that you're searching for in particular? Is it love? Is it happiness? Is it money? What is it that you're after?
So, yeah, I'll just get right into my whole entire name. So, my name, I am lost because, last year I went through a lot of heartbreak. So, I think I'm trying to find love. You know what I'm saying? And, I think when everything happened, because my actual name is Cameron, so when everything happened, it was almost like Cameron was killed off, and then Clay was reborn. So
Yeah, that's interesting. That reminds me of YNW Melly. He's got his real name Melvin, but then he's got his more dark side Melly. So is that kind of the same thing with you? Would you say Clay is your more savage side?
Yeah, Clay is like my dark side.
Yeah, wow, that's interesting. We got Clay, we got Cameron, the two alter egos. It's pretty cool. Well, yeah, thank you so much for joining the show here on Recognize Maine, and yeah, enjoy the rest of your day.
You as well. Thank you for having me.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And yeah, definitely check him out, LostBoyClay, on Spotify, SoundCloud, all that good stuff. He's definitely got some good tracks out. And now we got the weekly segment called Jammy with Danny. She's going to be choosing one local song that came out this week and reviewing that track. So, Danny, yeah, what's going on today?
Hey, Matt. So today we're watching the music video for Steady W by Hollywood K. Let's play it.
Steady winning, steady winning, steady winning, steady winning. Feels like I'm on them drugs, yeah. I feel so good, yeah. I just pulled up, yeah. I'm like, what's good, yeah.
This music video is nothing but fire. With regards to the music video, quality. I appreciated everything from the edits to the creativity to just the overall originality of the video. When it comes to the song though, it took me a couple of times to actually listen to it to appreciate the art, but I actually declare it a jam. Back to you.
I hear what you're saying about the video. I think it's super dope as well. Anytime you can shoot a rap video out on a golf course, that's definitely something cool, especially during, all the quarantine that's going on right now. The stay-at-home order, that's pretty cool, that they're able to go out and do that. Really shows the effort that they're putting in. But yeah, as far as the song, I'm a bit surprised that Hollywood K decided to shoot a video for that song in particular, because he put out a whole tape earlier this week called Steady W, and he's definitely got some jams on there that I like a bit more than this one. Hopefully we'll get to see more music videos for those songs as well. But yeah, if you guys definitely got a song for us to check out on next week's episode, let us know in the comments section below. And stay safe out there, enjoy the weekend, and thank you so much for tuning in to Recognize Maine.